Hey all you dudes and dudettes, this is Val here with another Dungeon Hunter Champion video. In today's video, we're going to cover Kamil, the Light Basilisk.
Phase 1 complete. Assembling family members.
What's up, Monster Cat fam? This is Keon hailing from Ohio.
Hey, it's Matt listening in from South Africa.
Family assembled. We have liftoff.
So I finally finished him up. As my regular stream watchers know, he was my next project. I did get him to 60 maps and I have him geared appropriately. Let's jump in and we'll take a look at his skills and then we'll talk about the build that I went with. So skill 1, which is his auto attack, is Rend. Attacks nearby enemies. Every fourth attack deals bonus damage based on defense. His skill 2 is first active, is Cryptic Barrier. Raises his shield, applying the immunity buff to himself and nearby allies. His second active is Searing Breath. Breathes fire in a cone, damages enemies, and lowers defense. His third active is going to be Petrifying Glare. Opens the mysterious eye on his shield, exposing enemies to its power. Damages and stuns enemies. Bonus damage based on defense. And then lastly, his synergy trait is increased defense of ally champions by 30%. Now, I do run this in PvP since he has some defense-based stats, just to help out, do a little bit more damage and make everyone a little bit tanky. So now, as we saw, we have two skills based off of max defense, where we do get bonus damage, and he does have some debuffs, which will require some accuracy. Let's take a look at how I built him. So we take a look at the gear here. I went full sturdy. Shoulders, I went with defense percent. On gloves, defense, and then on bracers, I went HP. Now I went for defense and accuracy substats for each one, as well as max HP. As you can see, I have 22% max HP on this one. Now, a valuable build for him would also be Adept, as it is for everyone. The reason why I didn't go with that, I felt that the 6-second cooldown that he has here is more than enough to keep immunity up in PvP as well as in Spider. However, if you want to keep his buffs up more, Adept is also a completely viable build. If you do go Adept, I would recommend Defense, HP, just like I have built here. Or if you want him to be extra tanky, defense, and take advantage of the bonus damage on auto attack skill 1, as well as on active skill 3. Now let's take a look at his stats. Right now, I have 51k HP, 2.8k defense. Didn't really focus on any other substat other than accuracy. So, because I just wanted him tanky. He's purely for living in SW10 and providing the immunity buff, as well as providing the immunity buff and a little sustainability in arena. So those are his stats. Now, other builds that also can work for him, you can actually build him if you want it and work really crazy like I have been sometimes. Mortal. Because even though these damage buffs are based off of defense, he would still benefit from crit. And pretty much any monster that can do damage and do a decent amounts of damage can benefit from crit. So if you went Mortal and you went defense, crit rate, defense, and you got his crit rate, well, here's the thing about Mortal. So when you're using a Mortal build, crit rate is everything. If you don't have the crit rate, the build just isn't going to work. And that doesn't matter if the monster is HP based, defense based, or attack based. You have to have crit rate for Mortal to matter. Now, how the monster does damage also matters. In this case, his skills that you're going to get the most damage out of are going to be defense. So if you went Mortal, having defense in the glove or having defense in the shoulder and bracer slot will be beneficial. Now, the glove slot is going to rotate. If you're able to get the crit rate subs and substats, then you want to go crit damage on the gloves. This is the ideal build when building for mortal damage, because the more crit damage you have, the more damage you do. However, if you cannot get to the crit rate that you're looking for, in my case, I don't build mortal unless I know I can get 75% crit rate. So if I can't get that, then the gloves I use will be crit rate. If I can get above 75%, then I'll use crit damage gloves. This will increase your damage you do significantly. So that is definitely a viable build for him. You can build him sturdy, you can build him adept, and you can also build him mortal. Just remember, in the case of mortal, to make sure that you have enough crit rate to make it viable. Now let's take a look at him in SW10. Again, we're not really looking for big damage numbers. We're really here just for immunity. The reason why I use him here is simply because I got tired of the OGD doing damage in my runs every now and then, because, as everyone should know by now, I have terrible luck with defense and HP substats. And so my attack units and my support units are a little squishier than I like, and OGD in this was just wrecking havoc. So they would get low, and then he would do something like the AoE spit that roots you, and it would one-shot several of my units. So I went ahead and decided I was going to swap out one of my DPS units, make the run a little slower, but make it stable. As always, I've said this in many SW10 videos, it is not worth having a fast team if it is not stable. Stability is number one. Now, another option for me if I wanted to make this team just ridiculously safe is I could also take out Wonga and put in Water AA for the invulnerability, just to make sure that things really don't go wrong. Wonga really is there for the extra defense and for the attack. Because I have my Snake Lady built attack as well as my Manus, it really adds up. I highly recommend Wonga or Mojo for situations where you're looking to increase your DPS, and this can apply to both PvP and PvE, as you get 2 buffs for the price of 1 unit. They are excellent, excellent units, and I highly recommend them in many situations. And the boss is dead. It was a minute 18. It can be faster, but I prefer safe. As you saw when Wanga's buff wasn't up and she did the AoE, they did get dangerously low. But that's what he's there for. You notice I didn't have any issues with the OGD because immunity was up when I needed it to be up. Now the other place that I use Kamil is also going to be in PvP. You're taking a look at that here. You can see that I have him on defense, and I am using the defense buff from him. I built my defense team tanky because I just want it to be annoying. So I have shields, invulnerability, sustainability, and then I have immunity. So the whole point of this team is just not to get hit and to annoy people to make sure they do not hit my team. This could also be improved by taking out the Naga and putting in Violet. Tanky Violet and Tanky Zinnia work extremely well on defense. Combine that with immunity and Water AA or Zevron, and you have a potent defense. On the offense side, I also use them. You can see here. Again, I do go with the defense buff, and I use Wonga, Alia, and my Tanky Zinnia. We'll go ahead and take a look just so you can see the defense buff. Really, this is going to be more of an Alia showcase than it's going to be of Kamil, but I want to show you him in all aspects that I use him in. So we do have invulnerability. We need to pay attention to see when that buff is up. Okay, he just buffed it. So we'll hit it now. We'll ult with Zinnia, or Alia, excuse me. And that's the thing, just watch when, see, he just buffed, so no point in using any skills. Alright, now we can attack. That's how you deal with Zevron. Now really, we didn't get a lot of debuffs there, which is good. That's why we have. Alright, we'll wait. Okay, we can damage him. Again, when fighting Zevron, make sure to pay attention to what buffs are up. You can tell, since you can't see, when you're not doing damage, you know that his invulnerability is up, and not to waste any skills. As you can see right there, his invulnerability is up. Now we can attack. And there you go. Again, we didn't have any problems with debuffs there because he was keeping us alive. Also, his stun is extremely handy. We did stun Zeveron in the end there.
Right here on Call of the Wild.
Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to like. And all you dudes and dudettes out there, stay frosty.